Joe Abusia, just when I was about to do this editorial, someone asked me a simple question about marriage. I say, "Oh, so unka marriage as some da." But idea ba ku we am bisa wo die. Omode an yi anu mame. She asked me, Mami Grace, whether our ancient ancestors before the coming of Obroni married their wives with gold rings. This your matrimonial ring. What is it about? Ebi yi omo de yeto wa na ya asem kasi o. We are me yi ato what is here. Emema no wan sha wo de kire se okochiti. What is it about? Ye nananom no. Our ancestors, were they marrying with that kind of thing, like weddings, before they brought all we know now? Ebi kobo bosia, editor ring, ye worry, ebi ye party akese no mo ring na mo atisa aluminium ochina. What is it about? Inti nipa ni bisa amasa na say, asem we dey, a looky small but mighty in my eyes. Such a simple question, but it is loaded. Oh, my eyes was mean to me, no me hwe na nimudi na me say nti sa question we all the free. O say nti na yen yeti ha na den na ye. Ankrofo we e dey sa de we ba na ye nananom no. No mo ye den. I mean, the modern religious principle of marriage demands all of these ring and they have become part of our modern tradition. Kuko wari obi a ring better ring we say see ekro tro list na ebi kura de laptops nyina wu omo de biba my office ntimi. So I decided to answer her question with a very significant scientific event. Decided say me yi am ba me so abamfa so am obi a ebusia se wukunu uni wukunu ti wona on to ring ma wa. Don't think say me patre say ring ye bad o. Hey, se wukunu ti me to $50,000 diamond ring ma o se sha. It's an asset. Like yo, you're fine. Me nka se enye, but the energy na ye de so na wanya me ring na me wan shani ring. Ebetumi ayeku ma wari bukura ba na me bisa se no. The way I yafa no ye nhwemu ana ye njai. So, I decided to answer her question. You know, on Sundays, we do religious education. Started. Time with Mami Grace is the first show that started this platform. I started alone, all by myself. Now, me wo TV no so. Me ban me tia me TV, 2 big TV stations, 2 big radio stations. I paid all by myself. And I started my platform no. Ti me yeah na eko na fe me the revelations, me the all other shows no be kan. Ti say wo kan time with Mami Grace in a status our show we. Time with Mami Grace and I introduce me ma all these spiritual people. And sana me introduce you omo e dey ma wiase ani. So once again, yes, before you marry, I feel like your pastor must explain to you on a deeper level the enti a wo share ring no. And so to me catch us say Nyankopon ka sa onfa nsu yire nseye asase e no di rainbow e di see anointing na nsu to rainbow eto na nyame kai ne ho say onfa nsu yire nseye asase. Nyankopon e di ring ni share say ring ni ye round any end or part say marriage ni should not have an end. And they have a lot of excuses. Tell them to explain to you. Omo control the deeper and the darker side of it. You need to know. So that's a wo kofa sha wonsa. Ube hu say wo de aniji e kofa, wo de oya wo kofa because ebinum ring adane handcuffs e sha omonsa. Wakosha ware ni mu awie ojaye oja me ka kiro so okokota. Manso e wo omo twe pa obi ji obi ejapade eye wedding asem because of ring or ye me wedding one oba ware na fa hwe ambo or jedan or jiwei or jiwei or jiwei okoka o waware animu na mekọ aware na wo ye ni millionaire na wo nye millionaire ade oni pay ni bi otumi di bi ma obi me nka se wo koji bibi amenji o but sa kawana mo se ni niama de brem eye ana enye paracetamol eye ma ebi for painkillers, moringa eye ma ebi for blood pressure. Me no moringa se sia menya hypoglycemia ebe drop bi sugar level ti me kono ma yeden ti ade agi obi nji obi den ti na me ka kire mo de bia se wutie niam na wasusu because there is nothing like one fit all e wo wiase. But the ami bi sane say rings na be so important to us titiri yen ba no hey ya de betwitwa wani su sesi a mema ne de ahya woni nti 90% ya omo ani nche da de obetumi kura kasa ayira because man be wild omo so wo sha but what is it about eno na me pese mi obi na obi ekoje ni kuru ana omo ba fi ono maame ne wife no oye gidigidi ana o say I'm a wedded wife girlfriend if maame ni di o say you were wedded so you take the ring I take the man omo hwe fa ring no me di oba me di papa na eko omo nkyere mu the deeper the darker secret and unknown significance of a gold ring is omo nkyere mu adeko a eye ask question so wo be hu ade na wo koye ne hu nimde watumi afiri wo hu no wanya peace. So I am going to use this story of the supernova to talk about Jesus Christ and give a simple straightforward reason why we wear gold rings during marriage. Aya na ye ni ba be explain bibi kakra bi ama ye nyina ama ya te ase acho ehu hia ana ofili se ehu hia ada roma ring na ehye wo ne di enti na ehye wo pacho efe like one kasa deep down within you apart from the yourself for kachire o ni omo kachire o sorry dem ring na ehye wo no ofili say about it man krankra bi akwa to the continuation of what we started last week talking about the testament and mythology of things in the Bible. Eniama bebra Bible no ye no me catch last week say ye bekom na ya hwem nti no a na ye to aso anei because wote niama we mu nyina ase a ade akituwa bi obi entumi yusu no fans on ye ti niama na se so asa de me kan last week ye betumi aboa ye ho. Let's use this to learn more. Mma ye hwehwem ye yusu obi question na ye mfa nsua de about niama bi a ye ne ye do na nso ye ni mu nimde. Once again, welcome to Time with Maame Grace. Share this video with your church group. They need this. They need to hear this gospel message. The World Cup is over. So watch more than once. You need it. Before I continue, share with me your reason for wearing gold rings on your wedding days. Wedding day any year. What does it mean, Mr. Wa? Where your question? What does it represent? Pacho. Osha day. I will be reading in the comment section as well because question na maybe sadaya me pe answer. Ti me de mani be hwa ona ma hwe answers ni nyina e wo ho. Ankrankra bi akwa ababiom e de ba another editorial, a great one at that matter. Yo abusia nanso so yekwasi ada biom me ankrankra bi achi e ankrankra bi akwaba e de ba Time with Maame Grace jumedi kese so. And nanso so ye da foforo call me the prettiest preacher. Kasongo, call me Saint Tosika, Edin bi ya de da wakoma so. Fa frɛ me, wo de frɛ me a meje so. Ye started episode bi last week. Na no, e na ye to aso. E na me bisa say ring na ya ye hye e wo ye marriage na say the way the entia ehia ye so much. The entia ukunu yi to wa na obuofu. Mpacho ring na hye ona nkasa wote ase. Ade enti na ye gold ring. Eno na me pese ye hye. Abusia, let me tell you about a galactic event that took place in the 80s. Ema wakwaba. I mabomidi achiro. You discussing the Jesus supernova. That's the topic we are discussing. Because me bibi very simple man. Na dia wankasa wote ase no. Eno na ma wutumi gina ho. Abrani mu. Wate ase. Enti maye nyina yen delve into this episode. But I want you to understand this well from the astrologer's perspective. Ane. Eya na ye ebirum say eniama na ye de koma e Christofo no, ye de koma Israel, ye de koma we no, eyo mo pe e wo ba bia o, ye de bi mo obi ya systems a ya set ya mani pe nyina e wo sa confusion we. Eye den e wo. So first, when we look at the stars in the sky, ye stars na wo so na, we see shiny dots. Hey, asempa o. Won say ye nkwala no. Na ye hwe soro a nsoroma no ye hu bebre. Sese wo hwe soro nsoroma hu ne sa. First no say wo hwe soro bebre nti e wo ho na ba akoto a. Omo say obi bewu. Hwan na te sa asem we. Obi bewu nti na ato no ba bi e ekoto no che se nipa na obewu no e wo ho sese wo hwe soro abusu hu nsoroma wo so. Na me catch down on these people have control over the stars, over the moon, over the rain, so over and then na ekoso. And then na ekoso. Abusuya mo hye say niam we nyina. First no na wo hwa wo behu e wo soro wo bebre. No mo ye shiny dots. Science said they saw something different and historic in the 80s that really fit into my preaching today. Say ya me kofa niam na bi wo ba bi na mama scientists say omo hu bibi in the early 80s no na me use sa de no dia share episode we mu hwe we need to understand simple things na ye ankasa ya boa ye hu. So we must understand what a supernova is from a basic science perspective, and since I am not a scientist, I will break it down to a level I can explain, because a anti supernova no asia asem na me be kan be ye din ama wo se wo bete ase ena mebro ofoso nurse nti kakra metumi akire wase se dia scientists akire ase no eno na me be kire supernova ni mu afi wo the Jesus supernova ni bomu a na afi wa bete asem na se afi wa bete na wo se bio kafra che na wadwen akwa akire kakra na wabisa ho se nti ni korakora pa wo chow anything any bebrebe ni ateti e bi akobobosea na ade yi so anye yi na pascal because of what na ye nananom so no omoto wa ye sase ne yetwa ama no ya do no kokofu ama no omotumi tina se anya 90 years ebi kura timi tina se ware ama owu ya 3 weeks pepepe na oba no so owu omo yina ewu no makoto waso wo ye de yi nyame ba mu akosi sen ai ye nto aso ne yenhwe obi se nyame ba mu ani wedding kechechire nche any rings abodai nso mo fa wa ochina yi. Now, let's look at supernova. Imagine a star as a giant shining energy machine in space. Because ebinum say star no so ebe ya million hey, obi so ko hu star no and a star. It burns fuel inside its center to stay big. Say a shining into sa na ebe bright and warm for millions of years. And one because a machine when a giant star runs out of nuclear fuel inside its engine, it can no longer hold itself up against its own engine. Me breaking it down to the weight of the star's core then pulls the outer layers towards the center, where they crash at extreme speed. So what said the identity? Because obey bibia no was surviving. This causes an enormous explosion that blasts the star's outer layers into deep space. So I'm explaining what supernova is. The explosion is called a supernova. A supernova is the colossal, fiery explosion of a massive star at the end of its life. This is how it works. According to the experts, a single supernova explosion shines brighter than billions of normal stars combined for several weeks. This is how scientists are explaining supernova. Supernovas are also nature's ultimate recyclers. Eniyama etumisi ewo yasasi so sometimes yentias ye na ye attribute to nyame mpo ne yama nyame mpo aye ketwa. Semwahu se nyame nim bibia oye all knowing God oye say semwo say AI aba Bible nim phone like eniyama e say bibia esesa. Mwahu se mo body kura anti nyame obo mo no nim body amope. Ena say mo body kura mu ye ya mo proper amu wi. Ti na nyame nim we nyina. Na se no onim mpo a onim awieye no nim asatenti generation ya ye wo mu nyankopon hu ni ayepe na onye nti nipa kora nsa e ma nyankopon e bo nipa foforo eye ni body foforo e ma nyankopon ehu se beduru ba bi na de a wabo no kora nipa an appreciate mu yesa pe no ma nyame aye kete eno na me ka kire mu ise muntie na munye bibi mobetimi amasa nyame na ye so big by understanding say otiwumu na de tiwumu ne na wode ye eno ba ne sa na ni onyam hye no kono ho dan say wote wo so obeye bibi ama na oga ta choki ne nsu afa wabɔ mpae na wobawu dabi. They scatter elements such as iron, calcium, and gold across the universe. Seba kupese explode niyama eye na make serving as building blocks that later form new stars, planets, and even life on Earth. Sesa supernova ne ba kupese si esia niyama etimisi eni niyama edeba eno na mebubu achire wi. So basically, this single massive explosion of the star's engine creates new worlds, and new lives, and of different organisms and minerals. Sabaku pese explodia, eniyama create niye. Pamucho wuntie weyo. Na mufanko tutu niyama Yesu ba ye si wo New Testament ni mupe. Na she said ye ye massive. Ye strange. So now you understand what a supernova is. Let's move to the supernova that happened in 1987. EBS nipa di omweni eden ehuye. Ebi di omweni eden ehuye. It is called supernova 1987A. It is one of the most famous exploding stars in human history. I recorded I ade ewo ho we nya me downloads. Like ade ewo ho wo fa wo phone se sia na wo google a wo benya information ya me ken ewo ho hwe sa ade na esi na hwe nia ma esi ye na fato to bible ho na hwe. So how would you even limit your brain to that level? According to reports, it exploded on February 23rd 1987 and on as ade we see they gave it the short name 1987A, which simply means it was the first supernova discovered in the year 1987. Ntino ni dino ewo mfie no mu. Nti ade a esime nipa de ani aye de ehu. Nim so obefre ne heaven o, so obefre ne den o, so atemu da na obefre no mintumi nkyere. Because it was so close to us and bright. Nipa de omani hu ye. Astronomers have been studying it with powerful telescopes continuously for decades. Learning how stars live, die, and are reborn into neutron stars. Ade we ye science, ye nipa, ena ehwehwem, ena ye nipa, ena ohu. Ninim se Ghana for ye mpe news o, say ye reading kofa o. I don't know. Sa adikitwe bi ye simple bi a na ye de ahye nyame. Say ye nya obi otumi owo giftings, or ye talented bi a ye si oye nyame. Nanso nkrofo ye massive stuff, bigger things. Ye de bibi kakra bi ye ma ye rebirth, crisis wawu and yasan awodo foforo and e wiase foforo. Sa de ma we are things that AC. Na sign na ye dwen, sign na ye nti ase tie e ho na problem o. Now, in a simple esoteric terms, when we be a majampi, me no work or scientists or no. On baby a majampi, bedum pesa wote ase ti me bombarding with different theories and systems. Na one kasa wakeka abubom no wa pike dot no wa resonate. Afa na sabio wa start a dream near maybe a wote. Where esoteric terms and me be use to say 1987 signifies the death of the old world and the beginning of a new age. Should we say a New Testament and Old Testament and I am through the crucifixion of an old star that was resurrected as new planets and new lives. Supernova no when ade ade baaye de esesa baaye wo de tutu we hu sa de we wo bible mu ade ni si ene ye de yanim. And when you read into these things you see 286 or 250 years bia star bi esesa sa de we wo ho. It's in the Bible as well. I think I've done that episode on this very platform. Star be ebesesa and a planet be besesa. What exactly are they talking about? Is it something that is spiritual? And I say ye bibi e wo ho, e bi na esi supernova was a visible thing that happened. This is how science handles its mythology. So static. Inti wuntumi fa ade ba ko nkoma no na nka nkire ni se onjindi opese onim opese ohu. Did they really see that star explosion? And was it a real event that was seen with the naked eye or with a telescope? Inti bisa wo ho. Inti da no na me ka se ebi say omo spirit physically say no sane ne kasa. You know, and I bisa say like how? Inti asem we yankofo isu kasa omo di omani hu ye. Omo di omani kosuya ne hu ya na so say. Omo the machine ne hwe ye. And in actual fact, wusha eclipse ba ye no kra na eye physical ade na ni we ni be crash ye no. We needed spectacles to watch. Inti den na ma wu feel say bibi say esi a wo de wani keke ne be hu. What dwen ni say? Pacho. I have no idea the meaning. Just like the event in the Bible, you and I were not there. Ni eni ho. Inti ubisa omo say, apart from their way reading, ene ni a Maame ka kire wo, ene de nkrofo aka ama wate no, wan kasa. Eden na wusu hu ya unim ana wagye edi ana wote ye, wasum a wugidi say saa de we wo ho. Or say asesa mabrabo. They will describe the thing to you. They are not able to tell you, say this is it. But enonso mama yenjai ni sa. From an esoteric, spiritual, and symbolic perspective, a supernova is far more than a physical explosion. Said their scientists explain ehuno no mote ho ye ho research no eno na medi kan explain ma wo na said their esoteric for no so ehuno said their mythology so ehuno no eno na mabombade ni nyina de ama. It represents the ultimate cosmic archetype of transformation through total destruction. This is how esoteric see it. Across various esoteric traditions, mystery schools, and modern mystics, a supernova carries several profound levels of significance. I want everybody to understand here. A star shines for millions of years under a stable balance. When it explodes, its container collapses. Esoterically, this mirrors the sudden awakening of dark night of the soul. I want everybody to take the time in which the personality and our ego collapse under their own weight because they can no longer sustain their old form. This is the mystery. In ancient Western metaphysics, progress requires dissolving the old structure to build something higher. I was talking to somebody who was telling me, say, opese onye to send me. And I'm like, adi amepe, maybe say, said, and also me pese me, and me say, we plan ye den, we progress ye den, ebusunya mami chiro bibi. Say, we pe bibi, adi abako, and na we pe se we ye bibi, and also adi abako. Say, we pe bibi a, ube to me enya. But say, nya wo na we pe se we yes adi na, ube nya so to me kipi. Maybe also your person or quiet anybody na me catch and say, Ubetumi akoye, who is car, Ubetumi akoye. But I don't stress now, because a lot of people are doing their bodies, they want to lose weight, they are drinking all sorts of things. Omo drink omo kidney, ni omo livers hu. Omo num di omo benum bia omo ye di omo beye bia na edro no so baby efini ya kanfo ho nefi. Na abegum na manfo ato agusu no bi ye de ope ompese on exercise ompese onye say ope body na wo pe no se wo koye surgery po na wo nye wadwene se wo sisa se wo na wo pese wo ye sa body na obese didi etu abom enya asem nti se wo ye wadwene se wo pe bibi a that is when you are ready to go through the process. The process na wo ko mu na wunya ade no eno na ma wutumi keep your body no in check. Yes sir, obekwa akoye sharp no why we omu twa me photo bi me ba be twa spiritual hour no na say omu twa me photo me better me be twa no omu twa me photo obi say AI obi so say Photoshop mpacho. In fact photo no komo de phone ni twa enye a photographer papa mpo no twa ye bibia wo pese wo ye bia wo betumi aye. But the process is what people hate. There is nothing like sharp inti se wo pen sakraye wo wabrabo mu a in sakraye yade a eye din because change nankasa require a whole lot. E se wo bubu ho na wo sesa wadwe na wo sesa wadwe so anya de eda fom. Tese se wo bubu ho nyina aba fom na wo san so restructure biom. We wo Bible mu or say or Nyankopon ye porter no ye or ye clay no make me and mold me. Nobody is making you and molding you. You will go back to this and you would now obey what you say you are remaking yourself. It's a choice. And you say one kasa will collapse wo I will restructure be until this thing is done. There will be a woman soon to me keep it because one year watching and go through process enya when I be no more person or more nice body. So wo purchase wo break it with structure no old structure and be dissolving in na what build something bigger na nya de da form. The stars cannot create heavier precious elements like gold, platinum or iodine while living a normal life. It is a person who creates na you cannot lead a normal life because stars ni person who creates anyama we are to me lead a normal life. It is only in the extreme heat and pressure of its destruction that these sacred elements are birthed. That's what I say. To me, if and free gold muda. I just say one man ya mejana kana ma uche musenya wenim. Now answer na obedu that level no. Then that form. I'm telling you this with every confidence. Obi abraba obo osi onyane easy amanenko na wiye ne asem. Shawudi ne so na bo. Na fear almost start here na wugina ho no na oni baby a chambers ni na wo. You are able to even maintain it. It is only extreme heat into obia catch us abrabo ye easier. Obwa and then mama ma advice we may catch her with me 9 you see from with confidence. Me mo be a ma business advice and a business plan. Ah no anka so onye adwuma da. Because say wo pese wo be business, say wo work plan, one thing. Now wo execute plan also another thing. Say wo survive wo another thing. Experience is the best teacher. Me catch raw. Me mo be ma advice business because to me kasa onye adwuma bi ada. Because I'm telling you, wo betumi aye wo plan nyina. But wo koye no, na problem no, den ewo. Fa we fa bo ntoma no. So be si onim onu betu fu a. Mo be sa na adwuma ye. So si wo plan no, wa tworo na wo paper so onye business minded person. Sa asem we kan wo business meeting bi ase na papa bi hwe amanim. Say an obi a waye adwuma nya ne sika no. So wan ko school pa na experience owo. Me say omo ye aban adwuma. Mo pa mo de mo court system no mu na mo nhwe mu for 5 years. Omo aye adwuma na omo we experience na omo ye pa na. Until na ama say mo we university amu nya adwuma ye no. Cause omo de form 4 na konya adwuma wa ye adwuma na 30 years or experience wo de oborofo na eba. Omo be bange mo sa until na mo we school amu nya adwuma ye. Mo establish companies. Na mo amunye madwuma. Eno ye just by the way. But the me person me chiro no say you cannot give birth to anything heavy unless we break you and go through that tough heat. You don't know where I have been. No? It is only in the extreme heat and pressure of its destruction that these sacred elements are birthed. And esoterically, your greatest spiritual gifts and higher consciousness are often forged in life's most intense trial. When I am a Christopher, ne person moka. So Christo ni aman o Christo ni aman ye dos na otri ni aman ye dos na Awurade yi ni fe Awurade ben. Amane elulie. Eye wabra bo na wo pese wo bo no. Hwe nothing good comes easy. E obi ni ndwuma oto ye. Hwe bibia wo pese wo ye no wo wiase bi atie me na wo betumi aya amana bro so. Na emomu no ye wadwen se wo be ko pressure bi wo be ko heat bi mu wo be ko pain bi mu. Medical culture, comfort is never freedom. Until we be what you say, we no more person more communicate each other. And no more than the number be say, we copy when yami be bibia ma, yami ni shi obey ma, yama. In esoteric cosmology, nothing is lost. Bibia nyiraye. Energy merely shift form to serve the whole. Tiasia mami. This is it. Just like the mythology of Jesus or Christ energy. It's very, very simple. I don't know why we are dragging this and suffering in a continent like Africa. A supernova is the ultimate act of cosmic unselfishness. This is what you need. A single star surrenders its individual existence, scattering its heart into the void. Christ is the head, I did catch you last week, as the seed of life. Why don't you understand this? And you feel Christ is onipa you will not see me and live. Still, people they talk, say they see this man and still they live. Does this make sense? This is very simple calculation. This is simple. Oh. This is the Christ and the seed of life are we here. The dust blasted into space becomes the raw material for new solar systems, planets, and physical bodies. Simple. This way when Emma was the angels were rolling stones. Mystics view this as a reminder that death is the womb of rebirth. The universe dying to itself in one place so it can express life in a million new ways elsewhere. Why are you so scared of everything you see? Go through process. You don't want to go through process. You want to be comfortable. Say, nobody is coming to do anything for you. Bear this in mind. I know I was asked about gold ring in marriage, but please follow the teachings. We will get there. Obia said, and I gold ring near can go straight to the point. This is classroom. This is not advertisement. Classroom. So sometimes we have to go to the level that everybody will understand. And sometimes we have to make it a looky fun. We have to come down so that obia super dropping the energy will not on dropping the energy will draining, but obe dropping the energy will are refilling. This is how mystery school is done. This is how we teach in witchcraft schools. So bear with me. I'm a teacher. Enti omo bisa me wedding ring ba hwe baby ame now on say mama theories ni bebre mama say see dia me de ma ye mystics say ma ba illuminati for no sunu. For a brief moment a single supernova outshines an entire galaxy of billions of ordinary stars, just like the archetype of Christ. Enti nyame oye kane o shire supernova. When we say I don't know why we behave the way we behave, and I don't know whether we will change one day, because you're willing say okay you back down ne yakekani amabi abum nti she mysteries amedi ama winyi na look at the way they see this Christ and the Testament and all the things amaka akire wu ankasa misre wo hwebio na use wo phone na theories na mysteries na mede ma wo from sources no gugu ni nyina na to obo ase na hwe say eden nti na say yeku because of religion. Esoterically, this represents sudden spiritual enlightenment or gnosis. A flash of absolute light, so powerful that it pierces the cosmic darkness, making visible what was previously hidden. This is equally biblical. It is scriptural. Or say the word of God is sharper than two edges, so that pierces into the soul of man. This is it. And esoteric for isu echiremi. If a star exploded millions of years ago to form our body and our planet, it means we are made of the star's particles. These are simple knowledge. We are new birth and will have to die and resurrect to bring forth the new world. Simple. And na Yesu bewu na wanya Old Testament no say New Testament e dey na opesa wote onua say ye kasa owu echi wo benya abra me pato me nhwe ba bi fufuro bia o na wiate fufuro nya abotre ato obo because bi obibi enwu a omoka wo Bible on say bibi ansay a bibi nyeye. This is knowledge. But the way ye kan wi ane yatena ho na ye say ye dede na bibi besi dabi. In the esoteric view, the very iron in your blood and the gold on your ring are physical fragments of an ancient star's dying gift. So Adenti na wobre. Na obeku because of our real ring. The gold particle of the divine footprint in your body from the first supernova is melanin. I think I've taught you this. It's a gold liquid. Now, those who are screaming about pineal gland, the pineal gland, and I told you last week, this is how powerful you guys are. Ade ye mono chese wotumi ubetumi adwen hu the whole night. So would you be beneath gina ho na wo fiti ni mu. Na wo hwe baabi a ogina ne baabi a wawie a me se ubetumi adwen hu ama blood pressure akọ high. Melanin in your eyes makes you see. In your brain, it makes you think and create visions beyond the two eyes. Are you sure you have melanin in your brain? The gland, do you have the golden liquid in it? All kinds of food. Just so that at the end of dry. This is the reason why they push all kinds of metals into your system. This is why they will push all kinds of plastics into your system. Me na me catch all. Me say flood ne see you know plastics na mu wonso ni mu nyina me catch all planes ana mu moja mu so plastics aye mu ma. Da kroasem we amaka ne nei. This is why you don't see nothing. There ye paper sika. Ye hu at the power obi emu po de ehubi wo ye ayemu. That is why marriage with a gold ring on the finger was used by non-melanated people to signify the melanin gold in the blood of your ancestors. Mamka ni chi abrofui omu ni liquid na ewo brain ni mu ni bi for them to see their make ka kire wu nyina enu nti e na omu de sa de we bi e be hwehwe omu nsa omu boro gold ni bi na nka wo a wo de ni wo brain mu na nam wu mu wo de we de hwe nsa no de ye den ti wo nana no nhye bi so na otena na ware ni because the golden liquid was dwelling inside of you. Melanin mpo ye nim say ye color pe na ye melanin. Again, the uprising of the ancient Abrofo civilization resulted from marriages between melanated males and Obroni women. Because I make a tron, no, nine barney the any dear member ni dear, na sperm no co win na flashing it out. A dear bema a before ye mobo, a man or modi or mato form. Obroni obe copy o catch enim, a the obey the kind, a boa crowd the bear menim. Muti kurom ha mumma oni oba wo kra wo nhwe no e ma ne na ebre omukọ ye adwuma no no mo asa agi omusika na mo ama mo shoulder so akosoro mu be ye short sa ye kan ba ne dia na ye mo de ye kan mo dia na mo buafu mo nkoi. If you watch my previous editorial on the Moors and Tartarians, I explained how marriage with the Abrofo and our genetic ancestors who were considered the gods because of their melanin started the Obroni takeover. My way one share episode now. Kona kwahwesa episode no makes me so emotional. The Moors and the Tartarians no yeah. It make him me feel so emotional. That's 2 weeks ago spiritual hour. 2 weeks ago spiritual hour and last week spiritual hour nina. Me very emotional. I want you to watch that episode over and over again. Try and connect. Na timi nyane wo. They can't throw plane. Enduro amudi gumu any the omu ye nyina just to dry that liquid out of you. Now, in fact, it is working. That's why we think the way we think. That's why we behave the way we are behaving. So today, marriages with gold rings signifies two main purposes of celestial covenant. Neja isu se wusu. Say wo ko bobo sin akra ko ring because of marriage. Buy them and wear them if you want. Unim say ye nanano mabreso. No mutumi de nkampori bamboo. No mo wo kwan omo sensen ano. No mo inject omo hu with gold. Na winim. They were doing so much, so much. No mo wo kwan omo di gold dust eye omo anim. E wo kromu a ye betumi de nkrofo agina ho no ma ebi enya ebi 30 years ebi kura hu raw gold da. E mobo obibini. Enti me ma wo hu two celestial covenants and our purpose in nkrofo started almost sharing you know. The edi kind. First is the commemoration and ritual remembrance of that event that shaped their civilization. Sa omuma ye nananom mema ni so omundi omo no omo ne omo wo no
so that ombenya liquid ni bi afra omumumu no eno ne ade edi kan asa anka wa we gina hodema. Secondly, it represents a revocation of melanated power by now making the female the one with melanin, because now na kodina na fe or the melanin na hye enye yen mba no ye de yen wo no gbenze okodi obroni ba na wakohwie melanin ni bi agu omumu abrofo na omu nim nyansa pa no omo na omo pese omo wo omo ne yen frafra ewo mba no omo na omu nim nyansa omo hu spirituality akwa akire, because the tables have turned. You see bibi asesa nti ebi akodi omo mba no. The gold on the female hand means that in the same event they are rather doing us a favor. Won baby ade no bibi me se ye to yebu ne yesua de ka yade ye ho dadadada, because obi enye obi ahwe obi aso mfa ahwe nsi obi a wo na wo decide say wo pe comfort e na wo te ho ntumi wo bibi papa bia enu nti ne yentimi ye bibi papa bia wa. A reversal of when an Obroni woman marries a Bibini man. Why is Mommy Grace telling you all this? Di enti na make ka we kire wo episode we na say me and scattered say nya na che say what do you to me about, because come in toto no omo be block. I said all this to tell you where the melanated gold in our blood comes from. TME. And why we wear white and gold on wedding days. It is a culture of abrofo, not for us. Medikaya the episode we are make a chire we say the entia ye wari a ye kita flowers. Unim kura we rebe ho omo no mu dware, because baby a no omo wo no na adware ye den no mu dware once a year. Enti na nka omo koye wedding na omo chatare na no omo kita flowers na e ma omo fragrance bi. My yes episode is on the platform, you can search for it and watch. I've given you everything spirituality if you really want to help your own self. Sanya ma no omo ye wedding na wo chatare white na wo kita enya wo de emfa wo dware every day, wo dware twice a day. In actual fact, me can ebibu befu, but no kwasem ni se sie empo. Uti omo ntema, omo adware ye etesen. Kafra o, mami ntwaso. Me can say much. I'm not actually hating on anybody, but me can fact e dey atro bibini. If a melanated woman repeats this process, it is like a god lowering itself to a slave and dressing like how the servant who want to mimic the gods do. But the most important reason for me talking about the supernova is to explain to Christians that the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ is only a symbolic event. Over and over again. This is it. And then kwa na chese onipa be to no aka kire wo na wato obo eyi wo de fa Jesus gina ho na asama mi ken tie ni ye na make research said you to me make research kire Israel Jordan ni size baptism ada na unfa we into wa bra bone one sister ni asase a wo teso ne wo kala no ho na wo hye se nsakraye bi beba wa bra bomu a mini group, mini church. I'm not charging. I'm not taking nothing from anybody. It's sebi. Asama mi ken. Odwe wo kakra na ye den. Obibini. The word to me abua wo. Now want na a continent like this, so and carry liquid like this in your system for any nobody to call you a poor continent and call you a dog, a monster, a dear ben. Asama mi ke dear ben biom and our person what it. Obibini e die ben pa na opesa wote. Make research keke. Practice mindfulness. Na sha sama mi ken emfa bufu ontie. Emfa me hu ahi entie. Do wo hu kakra. Na sha niama asurround o ne dia wo kom. Na o de ye wadwen se wo tie we kakra na wadwen hu ahwe. No kwa sama mi kan ye nti ma dane wo tamfu ana. Aden say ya pese ye de ye ho aniama esese ye hwani o abusua niama esese ye hwani maka ati obetumi enyi sike wo wiase nyina sa we nsua nimde na unim se de ye manage a de de bema wo bie bese de ntia ye ntumi nye ye ho hwe anie na Yesu nankasa kora hwe ye obehu se ye jimi facha me 80% of us. The origin of all theories about the third eye, the Christos And the golden oil that rises and falls through your kundalini is simply melanin. So when you hear melanin, and your skin nepe, say your skin nipa nka wo bleach na ujaye na wo nsan ye tuntum. Ade ne yanyamu. We are called the gods because our golden oil, our third eye, our throne chakra is made of the very liquid from the stars in the heavens above us. That is who you are as a black man. This secret has been hidden in religion and science, but today, some of these things we have to say them. Dear Christians, you are worshiping a replica of what is inside your own body. That is why you will do. Me catch you plain mua enye plain fa. And a chakra, and I'm the canny and a chere mu. When I started talking about pineal gland, the pen and kofu started some more weed. I stopped. I was waiting to see if somebody will come up with the liquid. We'll do a whole episode for that. You don't even want to do again. Because the way they go do no, the people too. But I'm not perturbed. I'm not worried. Because what we are seeing now, 80% are followers. They are born as followers. They are earthbound people. And here what 10% are almost the normal create chaos. 2% pe and normal the omu betumi abue we are see. Normal free the ocean civilization. Those people are the ones that carry elements of messiahs. Obibini pe onwane de a ofiri mu aba. Ompe onwane de na so asisi. O kan no kresem kire no na odwen aduane ho. A parable of how you were made in the form of God. Obibini. Say ye ka Christ, ye ka Christos, ye ka engosra, oil that flows from Aaron's above the same. It is the liquid that is coming from your pineal gland. Obibini. You are sitting in church when the real celestial temple is sitting inside of you. Adai. Edie benkwa. Edie benkwa. Me ya emotional. Me ya emotional. Me ya emotional. Obibini adai. Edie benpotin ye de ayaw. Babukra nka wani so ntew. Na legion kura no da cemetery where you see 2,000 spirit na she ni mu kura no. So hu no kware no hu Yesu, or son of God. Aden edie benkwa no mo de ayam no mo ntumi hu mo hu. Ade ni pempanimfu afu abodu se omafu akase agina ho na omo mislead ye nyina ye bewu na omo abefa asase no. I will end today's editorial with news I heard while recording this. Me fama because me kuma nya me ya ma obroni o. Me kuma ya me ya ma obibini because o hwe bibini se nya na obisa se na den ti ne krakra ne sei onipa wo ye nyame anonakis ne kura hu se wo ye nyame wo se mato me ho atwene ya kodu level se de o memeke me no ono no kura mesa asom na ka ho na wo koka na nipa binum de wato tankuruwam nipa omo de wato tankuruwam so nimpe face ade omo ka no omo boa. And this is the truth. Obi ne nyumi hu ni amenye mi hu asema menka de benkra na mi fa yiwaye obibini wo fata aye yo ni abibini wo fata afutuo ye mi hu ni amenka mesi mi hu ni amenye obibini de benkra na menka nchelewo mwasemi de mu odi yo emu odwiram tumi gina chire na wo hwa na wo si asembe nie. The news is that the Arab world is furious about President Ibrahim Traore because he said that he will not allow Sharia law in his country. He said if you go there, you go and who continue Sharia law. Stay there, don't come back to your country. Stay there. And his reason is that religion is not bigger than the nation. Oh, Makadobro Sankatarayaba. President Traore, Me ame me ho che free of charge. Nyansa o nyansa. Awurade mama no suru nyansa bi me splash baby a. I said da. Ko sua wo sharia law fatena baby a wote. Don't come back. The people are the nation. Oh my God. And the nation is bigger than religion. Oh, such a statement. A country that makes religion more important than its nation has committed divine treason. And the founders of that nation will never forgive him eternally. Oh my God. My bones, my breast, my womb. In fact, my portal. Hi! Somebody is talking. Somebody with the bloodline. Somebody with the liquid gold. Somebody is talking. Trare is talking. Me ho popo, me ho woso. Ose enfa maha. Shasema papa yika. Remember, if the New Testament is about something precious in your head, and Jesus is the Christ, and what is in your head is a particle from the celestial stars above you. You don't need to take anything in the Bible literally. I am telling all the bishops, all the fathers, they call themselves, to sit back and purge the Christendom, at least for their own good. And the leaders should also listen to the statement this guy is making. I'm like, oh my God. It is only a hidden history of your God nature as a black man. This is why I am shouting and I'm becoming so emotional. Wake up, just wake up, black. A black man, just wake up, wake up. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. If we want to liberate this continent and we want to liberate ourselves, it's not going to be a chicken change, but all we need to do is to wake up and say never again. We can wake up. We don't need anything to do that. Look at what this man, Sharia, or stay there. Don't bring it back here. Stay there. But who is joining him? Up till now, I was thinking, say, United Nations of Africa. He's standing alone. What is happening? The liquid is dry. If you have liquid, there is no way you will mimic something that is lowering you. It doesn't make sense. You too quiet, you to miss your BBA. You to me the BBA so you buy ye BBA. You too quiet, you see, castle by ye, you might chronomy ye, no more we are. Also, person, you were bushing for ye, no more buquasia. I dear way any honing to me behave well. The liquid is dry in the pineal gland. Almost the pineal gland, no red, in the name of pineal gland. Just wake up. How I wish said just 10 presidents of Africans will make this decision and can yet ye friend pa ye who some faso. Some say me kasa ko eche bibi beto me so. Na hwa mekwa koka de ayenka. Ne kurom ha, omu nim de wo omu use power. Misu mi bu ade mi didi mpanimfo atem. De ekoso social media de emi do acheche no awurade yi obi di obi atem amonche no. Ebi muade o obi timi ka asem no nipa ne kan ne me nyama asem oba eye me ya mam say look at you, your nature, look at you and look at what you are saying about your fellow woman. She wa mo anya ne hwekura ebe me ya pa. Na ni nyina na make no, the liquid in the gland are yet dried up. Nti bibia ye bia no like mentwa so a minim ne meka. Ghana mpanimfo wake up. We need this. Niama bebre wo kono enye ye dia. We can decide to change. It's a choice. Mamu fancy an man kasem enya ama me. Akram meko.